Alam niyo po, nakakatuwa dahil kahit anong nangyayari sa mundong ito, alam natin yung sabi ng John 16:33, in this world, there will be troubles, there will be tribulations, but God said, be of good cheer. Sabihin mo nga sa katabi mo, sa nasa kanan, be of good cheer. Sabihin mo sa nasa kaliwa, ikaw din, be of good cheer.
What's up at welcome sa Poch O'Clock. Nitong mga nakaraang linggo, habang nagtatampok ako ng mga relo, ng mga politiko at ng mga kontraktor, napansin ko na meron silang labis na pagkakahumaling sa brand na Patek Philippe at sa mga relo na ito. Dahil dito nagkaroon ako ng interest kung ilan na ba ang naitampok ko na Patek Philippe. Ang video na ito ay magiging isang compilation ng mga natingnan ko na personalidad at kanilang mga suot na tingin ko Patek Philippe watches. All in all, meron pong 22 instances sa video na ito na ako ay magsasite ng mga personalidad na nagsusuot ng mga Patek Philippe na relo. Kapag sinuma po yan, aabot ng humigit kumulang 180 million pesos. And on average po, yan ay papatak ng mga 8.1, 8.2 million pesos per watch. Ang video na ito ay isang pasasalamat sa mga tumindig sa laban sa katiwalian nitong nakarang ika-21 ng Setyembre. Bago po tayo magsimula, konting caveat po muna. Ang pinakamahalagang caveat po ay ang mga video na kasama sa compilation ito ay galing sa mga clips from previously released videos here on Poch O'Clock na maaaring ilang buwan na ang nakalipas. Kaya hindi po updated yung mga ibang maximum secondary market selling price nila. Bukod po dyan, ang mga alternative sa video na ito, maaaring umuulit sila. Yan po ay dahil kahit subukan ko na umiwas sa pag-ulit ng mga alternative, talagang merong mga alternative na nagsa-stand out. Panghuli po, isang request lang mula sa akin. Hinihiling ko lang po na kung hindi pa po kayo nakasubscribe, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Hindi na po ako magpapaligoy-ligoy pa. Tara na! So this is during the inauguration of Bongbong. Such a significant event, you know, he just has to wear a beautiful watch, and that he does. In this inauguration, he wears a Patek Philippe, not just any Patek Philippe. He wears the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5980R-01, which has already been discontinued. So let's talk about Patek Philippe for a bit. The brand was established in 1839, and it's one of the holy trinity of Swiss watchmaking. The other two being Vacheron Constantin and Audemars Piguet. And you know, this watch specifically, the Nautilus, it was first released in 1976. It was designed by Gerald Genta, who also designed the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. And it's quite important because it is a departure from what Patek Philippe used to do. So Patek Philippe used to only do dress watches, and this is a sports watch, and you know, it was an important release because it was riding the wave that the Royal Oak created, and it was trying to save Swiss luxury watchmaking at that point in time. So this one, it sells in the secondary market for 5 million pesos to 7.5 million, depending on the condition of the watch. And like I said, you know, that's your only option at this point because it's not being sold by Patek itself anymore. The alternative that I have for you is from a brand called Mido. Mido was founded in 1918 and is currently part of the Swatch Group. This one specifically is the Mido Multifort TV Big Date. So we'll break that down, right? So TV, because Mido is also tapping into its history. It used to produce watches that were shaped like televisions, hence TV. And the Big Date part of it is, you'll see that at the 12 o'clock position, there are two windows that contain each of the digits in a date. So that's why it's called the Mido Multifort TV Big Date. This one retails for 1,170 Swiss francs. In peso terms, that's about 75,000. But of course, you have to pay taxes and duties for that to get here. So yes, Bongbong is wearing the Patek Philippe here, and it's a beautiful watch. The president has, I think, unmatchable taste.
Hindi, minsan nakupo kami ni Jocelyn dyan.
Sige.
Load, ganun ako. Tapos yung sa harap ko, low-waisted pants. Nakita ko yung tibak. Sabi ko, Diyos, pang...
Okay, so makikita nyo dito parang octagon na curved yung shape ng relo na suot ni Sir Rafi at meron itong rubber strap. So sa tingin ko, based din sa profile ng mga relo ni Sir Rafi na nakikita ko sa mga palabas niya, ito ay isang Patek Philippe Aquanaut, specifically the reference 5167A in black and stainless steel. Yung Patek Philippe is a very great brand, no? It's part of the Holy Trinity. Kasama yan ng Vacheron Constantin at Audemars Piguet dyan sa Holy Trinity of Swiss watchmakers na yan. At itong Aquanaut, nirelease to noong 1997. Inspired by a watch that is also included in Patek Philippe's catalog, which is the Nautilus. At ngayon din, sikat din yung Nautilus, no? At mapapansin nyo, napaka-sporty ng dating nitong Aquanaut, which is contrary to most of their catalog. Kasi ang Patek Philippe, normally gumagawa yan. Mga dress watches. Ibig sabihin ng dress watches, pang-pormalan yung datingan yan. At yung SRP ng modelo na to, medyo mataas. Nasa 1.5 million pesos. Mataas lang ng konti doon. Pero dahil patok na patok ang Aquanaut, wala kayong makikita nito sa mga tindahan ng Patek Philippe. Instead, titingin kayo sa secondary market if you want the watch now. At makikita nyo sa secondary market, it would be sold na from a range of 3.1 million to 4.5 million pesos depending on the condition of the watch and depending on when it was first purchased. So, yung alternative naman na naisip ko, dahil nga may kamahalan to, in choosing that alternative, I consider two main things. Una, yung hugis ng Aquanaut na mukhang TV yan. At pangalawa, yung strap nito na itim na nakadikit sa case, regardless of the material, no? At ang napili kong alternative ay ang Timex E-Line reissue. Itong relo na to, makikita nyo, TV case din at black leather strap na nakadikit din sa case ng relo, katulad ng Aquanaut na suot ni Sir Rafi dito. In terms of the case size nga lang, medyo malayo-layo siya sa Aquanaut, no? Kasi 34mm lang to, ang Aquanaut nasa 40.5mm ang diameter. Pero considered unisex sizing naman itong 34mm at typically for square cases like this, it wears larger than normal, no? And honestly, I'm a fan of classical sizing. Kaya nire-recommend ako sa inyo itong relo na to. Automatic din tong watch na to, and personally, no, kung nagsisimula pa lang kayo sa automatic watches, I think this is a great place to start. And ito, nakasale nga sa website ng Timex to eh. So, I'll put the link in the description. Mapapagastos ka ng halos 13,800 para mabili tong relo na to. But I think kung starter watch nyo to, or kung gusto nyo lang makuha yung dating ng relo na suot ni Sir Rafi, I think magandang choice itong Timex. Dito po sa relo ni Sir Albi Benitez, mahalaga po syempre yung case shape. Lagi pong mahalaga yan para malaman natin kung ano yung relo. Pero mahalaga din po sa kaso na ito kung paano na naman dumidikit yung bracelet doon sa case, dahil isa po ulit itong integrated bracelet sports watch. Ngayon, bukod po dyan, ang isa sa mga kapansin-pansin na katangian ay yung subdial niya na merong makapal na white outline, no? At dahil po dito, tingin ko, this is a Patek Philippe Nautilus, the 5980 1A. Ang Nautilus po was also designed by Gerald Genta after niya pong gawin yung Royal Oak. Kaya pareho po silang integrated bracelet sports watches. Si Gerald Genta talaga, kilala siya sa integrated bracelet sports watches, at hindi lang Royal Oak at ang Nautilus ang kanyang dinesign. Marami pa pong ibang relo sa ibang brand na integrated bracelet sports watch, at siya po ang nag-design ng mga yon. Pero topic po yan para sa ibang video. Ngayon, ang Nautilus, nirelease po yan noong 1970s, at itong specific na version na to, medyo unique kasi chronograph ito na isa lang ang subdial niya. Mapapansin nyo po, karaniwan kapag chronograph ang pinag-uusapan, nasa dalawa or tatlo ang subdial. Pero ito po, isa lang ang subdial. Ngayon, ang specific na Nautilus po na ito ay discontinued na. Pero on the secondary market, you can find it for up to 6.5 million pesos. depending on the condition of the watch po yan, pati sa kasalukuyan po sa pag-record ng video na to, wala po niyan sa Philippine market. Kaya kung gusto niyo po ito, kailangan niyo pong magbayad ng shipping, taxes, and duties. At dahil sa napakalaking presyo po niyan, napakalaking pera po niyan, pag-usapan po natin yung alternative. Ang alternative po dito ay isang citizen na relo, ang Suyo sa small seconds. Nung pinili ko po ito, naging focus ko yung kulay ng dial, yung merong sub-dial, dito po kulay puti yung sub-dial. Meron din pong texture ang dial ng relo na ito, pati integrated bracelet din siya. Yan pong tema talaga ng video na to, integrated bracelet sports watches. Ngayon, ang key concessions po dito, yung class ng movement, kasi this movement is mass-produced. Ang Patek Philippe medyo may konting artistry na dinadagdag po, no, when it comes to completing the movement. At yung finishing po nung, not just the movement, but also the watch, generally speaking, syempre mas pino po ang pagkakagawa ng Nautilus. Ang SRP po nito nasa mid-20,000s, pero on the secondary market, you can find some that are reasonably priced for around 20,000 pesos. And I think kung trip nyo po yung blue integrated bracelet sports watch, which sikat na sikat po yan these days, I think the Suyo sa small seconds is a great choice and it is unbeatable at this price point. So itong relo na suot ni current President Bongbong Marcos, the key characteristics would be the case shape and the color of the case that looks to be rose gold. And in some footage, I've seen this to have small seconds. And because of those characteristics, tingin ko, ito ay isang Patek Philippe Calatrava. If I had to guess, I think it would be the Calatrava 5196 R001 dahil nga rose gold yung kulay niya, no. I think this is a great watch. In other circumstances, no, I've seen the current president wear IWCs, and during his inauguration, I saw him wear the Patek Philippe Nautilus in the rose gold with a brown strap. I think by far, this is the best choice. And for such an event, I think it fits very well. Gustong-gusto ko po talaga ang relo na ito. Sabi ko nga in previous videos, no, napaka-rare to see dress watches from Patek Philippe. Karaniwan po yan. Makikita natin Nautilus o di kaya Aquanaut. Kaya masaya po ako sa relo na ito. On the secondary market, I've seen this watch go for up to 1.8 million pesos plus shipping, taxes, and duties pa. But that's why you have to think of an alternative. And for the alternative, I am giving you the Longines flagship heritage. So looks-wise, indices are similar. Meron ding small seconds. The hands look similar. It's very mid-20th century style. Ang disadvantage lang sa watch na ito would be it comes in the stainless steel case, and the movement might not be of the same quality as the Patek Philippe. Pero tingnan nyo ng maigi. Looks-wise, para sa akin po, kuhang-kuha, may date complication pa. And Longines is a brand that has been around for longer than Patek Philippe. So you could make the argument that Longines is actually the brand that has the better heritage. But I think that's a debate for another day. When it comes to the secondary market price for this watch, maximum na nakita ko sa secondary market dito sa Pinas would be 70,000 pesos. And that's why I implore you na kapag gusto nyo ang itsura ng Calatrava, go for the flagship heritage at 70,000 pesos. Now, as an alternative to the alternative, you could always go with the Orient Bambino in 38mm kung hindi nyo masyadong trip yung Longines, or kung medyo nag-iipon pa kayo and you're just starting with your watch game. Dito sa photo po na ito, ang kailangan nating tingnan sa relo ni Ralph Recto would be the case shape and the integrated bracelet. I think malaking clue na po yan. Pero tingnan din natin sa side ng crown, parang merong pushers and then the dial color. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5980 1A. So itong relo na ito, nakita na natin ito na suot ni Albi Benitez, no, in past videos. And I think this is a great watch. Maganda yung complication ng relo na ito, and it's a very unique take on the chronograph complication, especially in terms of yung pag-streamline nila nung display, no, as opposed to normal chronographs na merong dalawa o tatlo na sub-dial. So discontinued na po ang Patek Philippe Nautilus na ito. Meron siyang replacement, but I think with a strap, no, instead of a bracelet. But on the secondary market, you can find this for around $243,000 to $244,000. So in Philippine currency terms, yan po ay nasa 14.3 million pesos plus shipping, taxes and duties pa. At natural lang po, no, na in thinking about buying an integrated bracelet style watch, titingin tayo sa alternatives. And itong alternative ko po, meron pa rin kamahalan, but it's a significant step down from the price of the Nautilus 5981A, no? So ito pong alternative would be a brand called Yema. It's a French brand, so specifically the Wristmaster. So itong brand po na ito is, as mentioned, a French brand, and very recently po, they started making their own movements. So ang tawag po dyan, in-house movements, whereas before, they used to purchase off-the-shelf movement. So, itong brand po na ito, it seems strange from Filipino point of view. Normally, ma-associate po yan sa Yema, no, na kinakain po natin. Pero ito po, maganda naman ang mga gawa nila. Napili ko po ito dahil sa shape ng case, the integrated bracelet, and the blue dial. But in terms of the complication, this is a watch that is much less complicated than the Nautilus scene na suot ni Ralph Recto dito, no? But bukod po dyan, yung level of finishing, I think will not be on the same level. Ang SRP po ng relo na ito is $2,249 US dollars. In Philippine currency, that would be around 130,000 pesos. But you'd have to import, so plus shipping, taxes, and duties pa. Pero pagdating po kasi sa pagpili ng alternative, no, yung brand po na Yema has really close ties with the French military. So I think there is something unique to this watch brand that, while it does not make it better than a Patek Philippe, I think it's something that would set it apart. Dito po tayo sa bonus round kay Teacher Stella Kimbo, no? So tingnan natin yung case shape, tingnan natin yung rubber strap, yung dial format, and then even from a distance, parang makikita nyo na may texture yung dial. And obviously, this is a Patek Philippe Aquanaut, the 5167A, no? Maraming beses ko na na-feature ang relo na ito. Medyo sizable at 40.5 millimeters and then 4.5 million pesos on the secondary market. So ang alternative po na naisip ko dito would be the Tissot PRX. Specifically the one with the rubber strap. So, napili ko po dahil sa rubber strap and then the dark dial with similar but not the same texture. But when it comes to the concessions, definitely the case shape is not the same kasi tonneau shaped ito. Yung Aquanaut would be TV cased or TV shaped. Syempre, finishing and movement would also be different. But this one, it retails for 47,100 pesos. Link in the description kung trip nyo. Pero ang relo po na ito, gustong-gusto ito ng watch enthusiasts. And it started a trend na parang all of the brands wanted to go buy into this integrated bracelet sports watch trend. So I think it's a good watch in its own right na meron din sariling history, no, back in the 1970s. Baka lang din po interesado kayong malaman kung anong relo ni Ferdinand E. Marcos, no? At ang example po ng relo niya dito na ipapakita ko ay isang Patek Philippe, the Gondolo Golden Ellipse reference 3528/3. So ang relo po na ito, I've seen it sell on the secondary market for up to 10,800 US dollars. And in peso terms today, yan po ay nasa mga 620,000 pesos po, no? Ang relo na ito, maaari po na iniregalo ni Imelda Marcos kay Ferdinand E. Marcos noong 58th birthday niya. Kaya po meron inscription ito sa likod ng relo. At makikita nyo, malayo ang style nito sa Seiko. Whereas yung Seiko ni Ninoy, napaka-utilitarian. Ang dating po ng Patek Philippe na ito ay very prestigious, no? Napaka-prestigyoso po ng dating at ng aura ng relo na ito. At I think reflective po yan. So overall choices ni Ferdinand E. Marcos, lalo na nung panahon po niya, napaka-extravagant po ng mga ganap sa Pilipinas, no? And much of this has carried over to current President Bongbong Marcos, specifically the taste in watches. In previous videos, napakita ko na si current President Bongbong Marcos to have at least a couple of Patek Philippe's in his collection alongside a sea of IWC watches. And I think this is great taste on his behalf, and this is definitely something na minana niya kay Ferdinand E. Marcos. Pagdating naman po sa alternative for the watch of Ferdinand E. Marcos, I'm suggesting the metric light, the silver and black from the brand Brew. I've introduced this brand before, so I won't say much about them. Pero ang relo po na ito has the size of a vintage watch, and that's why I think it's a good choice, lalo na mahal po ng watch enthusiasts ang brand na ito. So dito po kay Mr. Gabaw, ang kailangan nating tingnan dyan, yung sub-dials niya at the 12 o'clock position and the 6 o'clock position. At dahil po sa mga katangian na yan ng dial, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990/1A. So when it comes to the next watches, talagang complication ang magiging basihan ng mga pagkakaiba nila. At itong variant na ito ng Nautilus is chronograph, tapos nakakapag-track siya ng dalawang time zone. No? Yan yung pinaka-important niya na functionalities. And when you think about the Nautilus, mahal po yan, and with even more complications, mas nagiging mahal pa. And this watch sells at retail for 4.3, 4.2 million pesos. But on the secondary market, makikita nyo up to 8.8 million. At mahal talaga. So when I thought of alternatives, I considered something na medyo may konti akong flexibility as to the price. And that would be the Steinhardt Architect. No? So ang relo na ito napili ko because of the integrated bracelet style. And the brand Steinhardt, no, it was founded only in this millennium, so in 2001 po. No? And kilala sila for really imitating a lot of Rolex watches, but recently they have started to make their own original design. So ang relo po na ito, kaya ako napili, mapapansin nyo, halos kamukha niya yung Nautilus, but in terms of the concession, talagang the complication. Ang relo na ito is not as complicated as the Nautilus, and if you're interested in this watch, you can find it in their website for 773 euros. Yan po ay nasa mga 52,000 pesos plus shipping, taxes, and duties. From what I've heard of Steinhardt, they make really good quality watches, although they get a lot of flack kasi marami talagang mga homage silang ginagawa. Pero kung look ang habol nyo, hindi kayo magkakamali sa Steinhardt Architect. So sa relo ni Mr. Kirante na nasabi ko na kanina na malamang sa malamang would be a Nautilus, para malaman natin kung anong variant, tingnan natin yung case niya, yung kulay ng case specifically, which parang rose gold siya dito. Tapos mapapansin nyo, hindi bracelet ito, naka-strap ang specific na relo na ito. And then, finally, parang merong obvious sub-dial at the 6 o'clock position. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is the Nautilus 5980R-001. At na-feature ko na po ang relo na ito in one of my very first videos, no, na sinabi ko na suot ito ni President Bongbong Marcos during his inauguration. And at that time, I said, it was a watch fitting for the occasion. This is indeed a beautiful watch and napaka-streamlined ng chronograph design niya, no. Discontinued na po ang relo na ito, but on the secondary market, I still find it selling for up to 7.5 million pesos. So, napakalaking pera po niyan. So, nag-isip po ako ng alternative, at yung alternative na naisip ko is from a Filipino brand na makina watches, no? Specifically the Oriel 6 with the forest green dial. I really like the look of this watch, at kaya ko po napili yan ay dahil sa kulay ng case na bronze ito, as opposed to gold or rose gold on the Nautilus of Mr. Kirante. But I still like the look all the same. And when it comes to the concession talaga, ang kailangan yung tingnan yung complication on the watch. Kasi ito, time only. And then the other one is also a chronograph. Pero I think aesthetically, ang ganda po ng relo na ito. At you'd be supporting Filipino brands if you buy this watch. So this watch sells for $750 US. Yan po ay nasa mga 43,000 pesos sa website po ng Makina Watches. At ang brand po na ito, I really respect them. Lalo na kung bibili nyo ang relo na ito, you would be supporting a Filipino brand. And ito pong brand nito has been going around the world representing the Philippines in a lot of watch fair. So I think it's a good choice all the time if you support Filipino brands and Makina watches. So, sabi ko nga kanina, ang relo ni Zaldico, malamang sa malamang Nautilus. Ang tanong na lang kung anong klase. At para malaman po natin yan, tingnan natin yung dial niya ng maigi. So, mapapansin nyo, parang merong sub-dial or sub-dials na off-center. At pati yung branding po ng Patek Philippe, it seems to be off-center in this specific instance. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko sa Patek Philippe Nautilus 5712. So, ang relo po na ito has a couple of complications baked in there. Meron pong power reserve, merong moon phase, at meron ding date complication. And Patek Philippe really are the masters of movement, hindi lang sa mga dress watches nila, but also to the Nautilus and Aquanaut, I think, in certain instances. So, ang relo po na ito has already been discontinued, but I see it selling on the secondary market for up to 8.7 million pesos. And so, mahal po yan. Kaya yung pinili kong alternative, medyo mahal, pero I think malayong-malayo pa rin no, when it comes to the price. Ang alternative po ay ang Straum Yan Mayen and with the Arctic Blue dial. No? So, ang relo po na ito, kaya ako napili dahil sa integrated bracelet style and sa dial color. And I think this dial is just stunning no, when it comes to the hue of the blue. Pati yung texture sa dial. When it comes to the concession, mapapansin nyo, una pa lang, complication ulit. Kasi Patek Philippe really makes these complicated Nautiluses. Pero in this specific instance po, pinili ko mga time-only na watches or complications. Because I think keeping it simple would make it a bit more affordable. And this one is not super affordable, but for the quality of the watch, I think it's pretty good. So, ang relo po na ito sells for $1,700 on the Straum website. And in Philippine pesos po, yan ay nasa mga 97,000 plus shipping, taxes, and duties pa. Pero, ang ganda kasi ng relo na ito. And from what I've heard from watch reviews, Straum is a really good brand. And as of now, I think isa pa lang yung uri ng relo nila. But I think it's a banger of a watch. Dito po sa relo ni Sibak, Bro Eddie Villanueva, ang kailangan po nating tingnan dito, yung hugis ng case, no? Pati yung bezel niya na nagiging hugis television. Sa gilid po ng case, makita nyo parang may mga nakausli. Integrated yung bracelet niya. At yung kulay po ng dial, tingnan natin na parang kulay blue. And then, not sure po kung mababago ng YouTube compression, but on the dial, parang meron pong pattern na horizontal lines, no? At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Nautilus, the 5711A. Para po sa mga madalas manood ng channel ko, no? Mga video sa channel ko, baka nagsasawa na po kayo sa Nautilus. But this is a really highly sought after watch, no? Not only in the Philippines, but also in other countries, no? Talagang patok na patok ang Nautilus, kaya hindi po kayo makakakita niyan anywhere. Gustong-gusto ko po yung flexibility ng relo na ito. Nauna lang po ang Royal Oak ng konting panahon kumpara sa Nautilus. But nung nagsisimula po ako sa watch collecting, naisip ko, mas gusto ko yung design ng Royal Oak. But as I grew into the hobby, mas tipo ko na po yung design ng Nautilus. Pero malayong-malayo pa po yan sa journey ko bilang watch collector. Ang Patek Philippe po, even just the brand, no, yung entry-level models, they remain a grail for me. So, ambition ko po yan. Pero ang relo po na ito, reasonably, hindi nyo po yan makikita sa mga store ng Patek Philippe. Kaya you would have to look at the secondary market kung saan ang mga relo po na ganito, minsan binibenta for up to 7 million pesos. At siguro dito sa picture, no, na pinapakita natin, napakaswerte po ng mga nabinabasbasan ng isang kamay na merong Nautilus 5711A, no? Lalo na napaka-rare po ng modelo na ito. So, in terms of the alternative, ang naisip ko po ay ang Nevada Grenchen, the F77 with the blue dial, no? So, kaya ako po pinili ang relo na ito. Yung case shape niya, halos pareho. Tapos, yung integrated bracelet, the color on the dial na kulay blue po. And I really like the look of this watch. Although mahal po siya, 89,000 yan, I think, on chronicle.ph, no, you can check that out. I think may mga physical stores sila. You would just have to inquire. Pero ang brand po na Nevada Grenchen is the first time, no, na I'm featuring this brand on this channel. Ang brand po nito founded in 1926. So luma na siya, pero nung 20th century lang po siya nagsimula. At ang relo po na ito, or ang brand po na ito, na-close po siya nung 1970s because of the quartz crisis. Pero na-revive po siya nung 2018. And since that time, marami pong watch enthusiasts na nag-flock and have supported this brand. No? Although in the country kasi, in the Philippines, medyo may kamahalan siya. I still think it's a good alternative. No? Halos ma-exhaust ko na po yung listahan ng mga alternative for the Nautilus. And every day, I have to find new ones kasi yun nga, patok na patok kasi ang relo na ito. And so, I think this watch, the Nevada Grenchen F77 in blue, is so well loved by the watch enthusiast community na kung meron po kayong bandwidth or meron po kayong extra na pera at ayaw nyong gumastos ng 7 million, mas mura pa rin naman po ang 89,000 pesos kaysa 7 million pesos na nasa pulso ni Bro Eddie Villanueva. Yung kasunod po no, na relo ni Senator Joel Villanueva, ang kailangan po nating tingnan dyan yung case shape niya na parang TV-shaped. Tapos yung bracelet niya kung paano kumakabit sa case. So integrated bracelet style. And then the color of the dial as well as the likely shape of the indices. At dahil sa mga katangin na yan, tingin ko din sa Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711/1A. So ang relo po na ito has already been discontinued. Pero na-update na siya. Kasi ang 5711/1A po, no, comes in full steel, both the case and the bracelet. Pero na-update na yan to the 5811 kung hindi po ako nagkakamali. Wherein full white gold na ang case and bracelet. So ang relo po na ito measures 40mm across. And I think the Nautilus needs no introduction, similar to the Daytona. Marami pong mga sikat na personalidad na nagsusuot nito. Mag-share lang ako ng interesting tidbit about the name of this watch. So ang Nautilus po is actually a Latin word which comes from the Greek word nautilus, which means sailor, if I'm not mistaken. At medyo ironic po, no, kasi ang relo na ito has a water resistance rating of only up to 30 meters, no. Comparing that with other sports watches wherein ang nagiging parang nitpick ng mga maraming reviewer, lalo na pagka ganito, is dapat 100 meters. And I do tend to agree with that, lalo na kung gusto nyo comfortable kayo na isinusuot yung relo, no. So advice lang, Senator Joel, in spite of the name, hindi nyo po ito malulusong sa baha. So just in case po, matrap po kayo sa baha, hopefully po, hindi nyo po suot ang Nautilus or poprotektahan nyo po ito. So, ang relo po na ito on the secondary market costs up to 7 million pesos, depende sa seller na kausap nyo, pati sa condition ng watch. But in terms of the alternative, I selected a Timex, the Q Timex Day Date in 37mm. Kaya ko po pinili ito primarily because of the case shape. Medyo rounded siya. Pati yung bracelet niya, no? Pati yung kulay ng dial. In terms of the concession, definitely the movement, which is quartz here, pati yung level of finishing and comfort will not be quite on the same level. Pero tingnan nyo naman ang presyo. 12,995 pesos and naka-discount pa po yan sa website ng Timex ngayon. So kung interesado po kayo sa look ng Nautilus, gusto niyo ng konting variation though, baka masyado na siyang recurring para sa ibang mga nagiging viewers po ng channel na ito, no? And you want something unique but at the same time something similar, I recommend this Timex and I really like its appearance. Dito po sa relo na ito, tingnan natin yung integrated bracelet. Basically, kung paano dumidikit yung bracelet sa case. Yung case shape niya rin, even from this angle, mukha siyang TV-shaped case. Tapos yung kulay ng dial and then yung nipis ng relo. At dahil sa mga katangin na yan, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Nautilus, reference 5711A with the white dial. So, ang Nautilus, I think, needs no introduction. It's a very iconic watch. Napaka-flexible din. Gagamitin nyo sa isang formal event, gagamitin nyo casually in jeans or in shorts, gagamitin nyo sa office. I think mag-fit in ang relo na ito. Kaya suot po ito ng maraming celebrities, politicians. Kasi this can be a one-watch collection. So ang Nautilus, it's normally worn as a sort of a statement. Kasi pag suot ng mga tao ito, normally it's when they say or they're saying to you, I made it. Ako, I just like to wear the designs that I really like and watches that are very comfortable. So, ang relo po na ito, on the secondary market, I find it for up to 109,000 Swiss francs. Yan po ay halos 8 million pesos, very close. And it's a shame because discontinued na po ang relo na ito, so very rare na, it's hard to find, at napaka-mahal niya. Pero, Senator Cheese, hindi mo magagamit to sa baha. Kung tama man ako na ito ang relo na iyong suot sa specific instance na ito. Yan din po ang advice na binigay ko kay Senator Joel. So, ang Nautilus kasi has a water resistance of 30 meters at marami pong nagkakamali, no? Iniisip nila na pwede kong dalhin 30 meters below surface ng tubig yung relo, pero misconception po yan. So for you to really know the water resistance capabilities of your respective watches, sinasuggest ko po na itanong nyo sa boutique or itanong nyo dun sa brand or mag-consult kayo sa watchmaker nyo kasi iba-iba po ang mga water resistance capabilities ng mga relo. Some watches put water resistances using different standards, so maaari pong they mean differently. Although I think meron namang standard yan, you never know. So it's just better to be safe than sorry. Lalo na kung ganitong klaseng relo na sobrang mahal po, manghihinayang ako kung ako si Senator Cheese kung masisira ko ang Nautilus pag lumusong ako sa baha. So wag niyo pong gagamitin yan sa baha, Senator Cheese. Ang alternative po na naisip ko ay isang Casio, the MTP E735D 7AV. Napakahaba po ng reference. Obviously, hindi ko kabisado. Kaya lalagay ko na lang sa video na ito. At kaya ko po napili ito dahil sa case shape na parang may sa flanks niya, meron din parang tenga na parang Nautilus ang dating. The dial color is silver but I think close enough to a white. That's as close to white as you get using other colors. And then the integrated bracelet style. In terms of the concession, kailangan nyo lang maging aware na quartz ito. The finishing is not going to be at that level and the bracelet will probably not feel as comfortable as a Nautilus 5711A. So ang relo po na ito sells on Casio's website for 5,940 pesos. So kahit sinabi ko yung mga concessions na yon, I think it's very close to a Nautilus. So kung nanghihinayang po kayo sa 8 million pesos, I suggest to go with this watch. There are a lot of other alternatives out there. I suggest you to check out my other videos kung saan nabanggit ang Nautilus. Kasi sobrang dami ko na pong alternative na ipinakita and I think nabanggit ko pa in a previous video na parang naubusan na ako. But I will try to keep looking kasi po as we further explore these videos, we'll see more of this watch. So I think I have a lot of work ahead of me in terms of researching alternatives. Dito po sa relo ni Honorable Senator Cheese Escudero, kailangan lang po nating tingnan the rubber strap and the pattern, pati yung kulay which is black. Tapos yung case shape, pati dial color. At dahil sa mga katangian, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Aquanaut, the 5167A. No? Ang sukat po ng relo na ito is 40.8 mm. What's really interesting about this watch po is ang water resistance niya, kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, is only up to 30 meters. No? Typically po, pag sports watch like this, mga minimum 100 meters. No? Kaya kung ipang lulusong po sa baha ni Senator Cheese Escudero, baka po hindi dapat ito ang relo na isuot niya. On the secondary market, ang relo po na ito is selling for up to 3.8 million pesos. At malayo po yan sa retail niya, which is naglalaro lang ng 1.5 million pesos. No? So kahit malaking pera po yung 1.5, di hamak po na mas malaki yung 3.8. At pag wala po kayong, similar with Rolex, no? Kung hindi po kayo nagpo-possess ng track record na maganda sa boutique ng Patek Philippe, malabo po kayong bigyan. So talagang kailangan sa secondary market kayo pumunta. In terms of the alternative, this is nothing new. the Mido Multi-Fort TV Big Date. So kaya ko po napili ito is the K-shape, the dark color on the dial, and the strap. And interestingly, kahit medyo matagal na po, I think a couple of years nang out ang Multi-Fort TV Big Date from Mido, brand new po ang colorway and strap na nilabas nila in this specific watch. And unfortunately, hindi po available ang Mido, no, sa Philippine market. Please, Mido, punta na po kayo dito. Pero retail-wise, ang retail po nito is 1,070 Swiss francs. Pag kinonvert niyo po sa pesos, yun ay nasa 77,000 plus taxes, duties, and shipping pa. Pero ang layo niya din naman dun sa 3.8. So if you have some money to spare at trip nyo talaga yung itsura ng Patek Philippe Aquanaut without wanting to spend all that much, napakaganda pong choice ng Mido Multi-Fort TV Big Date. And it's coming from a brand that's part of the Swatch Group that has respectable history. Dito sa relo ni Madame Presi Estrada, ang kailangan po nating tingnan dito, yung hugis ng case. And then pag tiningnan nyo po kung paano kumakabit yung bracelet doon sa case niya, parang nagiging seamless yung design niya, na as if there's no watch head or watch case. At pag tiningnan nyo po yung dial niya, it's a dark color. And then pag tiningnan nyo po yung bezel niya, sa gilid niya, mapapansin nyo, meron pong diamond. So dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe 24 4910-1201R. Ang relo po na ito has a full rose gold case and bracelet. It has a quartz movement. And if you look at it, it's a watch na very formal ang dating niya. And that color, which is rose gold tone, parang mas nagiging mahirap pang dahilhin ito in more casual situations. So, I think kung medyo purist po kayo, ang relo na ito will really be more of a sort of a dress watch. I think ito pong Patek Philippe 24 in this specific reference with this dial color, discontinued na siya. Pero on the secondary market, I still find it for up to 42,000 euros. Pag kinonvert po sa pesos, yan ay mga nasa halos 2.9 million pesos. At sobrang mahal po, no? So kung niregalo man po ito ni Senator Jinggoy kay Madame Presi, napakaganda pong regalo na ito at napaka-stylish, napakaganda po ng taste ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Pero dahil out of reach po siya for most of us, humanap po ako ng alternative, which in this case is the Timex L11 series. So ang relo po na ito kaya ako napili because of the case shape na rectangular and the overall rose gold tone of this watch. When it comes to the concessions, it's really going to be on the finishing. So yung finishing ng Timex will not be on the same level as the Patek Philippe. At bukod po dyan, yung Timex po probably does not use pure rose gold, unlike Patek Philippe in this specific case. But if you look at the price of this watch, it's 5,495 pesos on the website of Timex dito sa Pilipinas. At tingin ko po, that's such a bargain for such a good-looking watch. And kung idol nyo po si Madame Presi, hindi po kayo magkakamali sa Timex na ito. Dito sa relo ni Speaker of the House Martin Romualdez, para po makagkaroon ako ng guess kung anong relo ito, tumingin po ako dun sa hugis ng case, pati sa integrated bracelet. Tapos pag tinignan nyo po yung dark dial niya, meron siyang sub-dial sa 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock positions. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990/1A. Ngayon, ang relo po na ito, I think halos kapareho ito nung relo na suot ni Ernie Bagaw po, no, in a previous video that I made. At ang relo po na ito is quite complicated. Marami pong information na naipapakita yan. Bukod sa oras, chronograph din po ito at nakakapagpakita ng multiple time zones. So magiging useful po ito kung nakikipagtrabaho kayo sa mga ibang offices na nasa ibang bansa or mahilig po kayo mag-travel, no? So I think this is a really good looking watch at maganda po ang taste ni Congressman Martin Romualdez, no, if I am correct na ito ang relo na suot niya. So ang relo po na ito has an SRP of almost 4.3 million pesos, but on the secondary market I see it for up to 8.8 million pesos. At dahil sa kamahalan, syempre kailangan po nating tumingin sa alternative. So ang alternative po ay from Casio, no. Ilalagay ko po yung reference number or model number sa screens nyo para makita nyo as reference. Pero kaya ko po napili ang relo na ito kasi yung sa flanks ng case niya, parang medyo nagre-resemble siya ng isang Nautilus, no? So I think if you really like that look, integrated bracelet style, maganda pong relo na ito if you're on a budget. Pati yung stick markers niya, no, halos the same. In terms of the concession, ang pinapakita po ng relo na ito is the day, the date, and the time. At complicated po yung Nautilus 5990, no, in this regard compared to this watch. Bukod po dyan, the quartz movement rather than the self-winding automatic movement on the Patek Philippe, no. But nevertheless, I think magandang relo po ito. Ang SRP niya is 5,490 pesos. So malayo po siya dun sa Nautilus, but you get that same look with the dark dial. Pag sa malayo po, siguro mapagkakamalon po na Nautilus ito, no? Unless of course you see it really up close, and then you see the difference lalo na in terms of the finishing, no. So if you're looking for an alternative to the Nautilus, hindi lang itong version na ito, but the Nautilus in general with a dark dial, maganda pong alternative ang Casio na ito. Dito naman po sa image na ito, ang kailangan nating tingnan yung case shape ulit. So para magkakaroon kayo ng clue na, oh, kamukha nyo yung Nautilus kanina. And the same guess as mine yan, pagka yan po ang hula nyo. Bukod po dyan, yung kulay ng case na parang rose gold tone siya. And then yung strap niya, which is color brown. Pati yung kung paano dumidikit yung strap doon sa case. Tapos pag tinignan nyo yung dial niya, dark colored, pero parang merong obvious na sub-dial at the 6 o'clock position na merong makapal na outline, no? And dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko din sa Patek Philippe Nautilus 5980R. And if I'm correct, this would be similar to the one na tingin ko sinuot ni President Bongbong Marcos, no, nung inauguration niya. And with the same thought or line of thinking na sinabi ko po nung suot ito ni President Bongbong Marcos, this is really good taste at kung matchy po sila since related naman po sila, no, then good job to the both of you. Ang size po ng relo na ito is 40.5 millimeters, and in terms of the value of this watch, nabanggit ko na rin before, it can be sold for up to 7.5 million pesos. Ang gusto ko po sa relo na ito ay yung contrasting styles ng pagiging sporty and pagiging dressy. Tas pag pinag-combine po sila, nagiging napaka-flexible nung relo. So as I've said before, this is really good taste on behalf of Congressman Martin Romualdez, no? As is reflected na doon sa Patek Philippe Nautilus niya. The only thing I'm missing here is a bit of variety, but I guess more on that later. So yung naisip kong alternative would be the same alternative na nirecommend ako in one of my earliest videos, the Mido Multifort TV Big Date. So ang relo po na ito really approximates the look. This is coming from a brand in Mido with also a good enough heritage for me. Syempre hindi niya mamamatch yung Patek Philippe, no? Pero good enough, and it's part of a bigger Swatch group na pag part po kasi ng Swatch group, nakakagawa sila ng magagandang relo at siguro a lower, more reasonable price point, no? Lalo na taking advantage of economies of scale. And ito pong relo na ito, yung TV Big Date, hindi naman nila yan basta kinuha lang sa Aquanaut, no, to take inspiration, or sa Nautilus. They did have at a certain point in their history, they were releasing itong mga relo na hugis television po yung mga case. So we have to respect Mido for that. And ang relo po na ito binebenta ng 1,170 Swiss francs, at in Philippine pesos po yan ay 84,000 pesos plus shipping, taxes and duties kasi wala pa pong Mido dito sa Pilipinas. In a previous video, nagmakaawa na rin po ako sa Mido na pumunta ng Pilipinas at magbenta ng mga relo dito. At uulitin ko po yan. Mido, please, come and sell your watches in the Philippines. Pagdating po kay Congressman Ralph Tulfo, ang kailangan po nating tingnan sa relo niya ay yung case shape na hugis television na naman. Pati yung bracelet po, no, na kasama ng relo na ito. Dahil sa mga katangian yan, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Aquanaut 51671A. Pero on the bracelet, madalas po natin makita ito sa mga celebrities, but on the rubber strap, no. And this is a unique take on this watch kasi bracelet po, no. And initially, I don't think na dinesign po yan ng Patek Philippe para maging on a bracelet, but siguro due to popular demand, no, they had to include a version of this watch on a bracelet. And mapapansin nyo naman dito, yung size ng relo parang na-amplify po or nadadagdagan kapag naka-bracelet po siya, lalo na ang kapal po ng dating ng bracelet ng relo na ito. Pero bagay naman kay Congressman Ralph Tulfo, no? So mapapansin nyo, medyo substantial din po kasi yung wrist ni Congressman Ralph Tulfo. Kaya in this case, kahit medyo malaki talaga ang finish nitong Aquanaut, it doesn't look that big on his wrist. So ang SRP po ng relo na ito is around 1.5 million pesos on the rubber strap. So I'm guessing po na kapag on a bracelet, mas mahal po ng konti. Pero on the secondary market, I've seen this watch for up to 4.6 million pesos. At dahil sa kamahalan, kung idol nyo po si Congressman Ralph Tulfo, ang napili ko pong alternative ay ang Brew Metric Automatic Tech. So, it's the first time na binabanggit ko po ang relo na ito, and so a quick introduction about this brand. So, ang gumawa po ng brand na ito very recently, inspired po siya sa mga coffee machines, no? Kaya ang pangalan po ng relo ay Brew, at ma-associate po natin yan typically po, no, sa mga kape, at yung logo po ng relo na ito or ng tatak na ito is a coffee bean. Ang dahilan po kaya napili ko ang relo na ito is yung TV case na shape, so hugis television, parang squarish, yung dark dial, pati yung bracelet niya. Ang key concessions lang po when buying this watch would be to think about the movement, kasi yan po ay isang mass-produced movement. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, this is a Seiko movement na ginagamit nila. Yung finishing and definitely the size. So ang relo po na ito is 36 millimeters across compared to the 40.5 millimeters across ng Aquanaut, no? So keep that in mind when choosing this as an alternative. Ang relo po na ito is binibenta sa website ng Brew for 30,600 pesos. And initially po parang mahal yan, no? But I think malaki po kasing component ng cost ng mga relo yung design, and medyo unique po ang design na ito. So I think you cannot really go wrong with this watch. Ang Brew po is a unique brand that is well loved, no, by many watch enthusiasts. Kaya if you are considering this for a purchase, link in the description po para ma-access nyo ang Brew website. So itong relo ni Coach Congressman Franz Pomarin po, no, kailangan nating tingnan dyan yung case shape niya, yung integrated bracelet. So dito pa lang clue na Nautilus yan, pero tingnan natin yung subdials niya. Merong 3 subdials yan, at that will inform you kung gaano kakomplikado ang relo na ito. So, ang relo po na ito, sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko, this is a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5740 1G. So, ang relo po na ito, it looks like it's steel, pero ang case po nito and bracelet ay gawa sa white gold. At yung dial po, na merong 3 na subdial, it informs us na this is Patek Philippe na merong perpetual calendar complication, no? So marami pong naka-display sa relo na yan. I don't think na ang video po nito ay ang venue to talk about this complication. Just know na it's very complicated. Posible po na ito ang pinaka-komplikado na Nautilus po na gawa ng Patek Philippe, no? At habang nagiging komplikado po ang mga movement sa mga relo, mas nagmamahal po yan. And that brings us to the SRP of this watch na nasa 9.8 million pesos po ang SRP niyan. But katulad ng ibang mga Nautilus, pati mga Aquanaut, hindi nyo naman po makikita yan in-store. Kaya on the secondary market, this would cost you up to 13.5 million pesos. So medyo substantial po, no, yung markup niya. Kaya we consider another alternative, at ang alternative po sa pagkakataon na ito ay ang Citizen Zenshin Chronograph. So itong relo po na ito, kaya ko ito napili kasi yung blue niya na dial, meron ding texture ang dial niyan. Yung subdials niya na itim, hindi po kulay blue katulad nung sa Nautilus, but I think it's a good choice nevertheless. Pati yung integrated bracelet po, no. Ang key concession dito would be the material, kasi white gold po yung sa Patek Philippe. Samantalang dito po, titanium po ang gamit ng Citizen. Pero ko-comment ko lang, para po sa presyo na babanggitin ko mamaya, sulit na titanium ang ginamit ng Citizen sa pagkakataon na ito. So, ang kailangan din nating tingnan dyan in terms of the concessions would be the finishing, the movement, which is quartz. At sa tingin ko po, ang relo na ito is a very good value, especially na ang secondary market price nito is around 25,000 pesos. you get a lot of the look, no, ng mga mahamahalin na integrated bracelet watches, but for a very small fraction of the price. And ang Citizen po is quite a reputable brand. Marami po ang relo sa lineup na Zenshin ng Citizen, but I think this is a good watch to go for, lalo na kung trip nyo ang integrated bracelet style na in today's climate po, no, patok na patok din po yung design na yan. Sa pinakaunang relo na ito, ang kailangan po nating tingnan yung case and bracelet, specifically the tone of the case, which looks like it's rose gold. Tapos pag tiningnan nyo po yung bracelet niya, there are multiple piece links na rose gold din with polished finishes. Tapos tingnan natin yung dial niya, which is color black, and then tingnan natin yung black dial niya na merong tatlong sub-dial at the 3, 6, and 9 positions. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Grand Complications 5270/1R. Ngayon, ang relo na ito comes in at 41mm. And when we talk about complications, ibig po sabihin po kasi yan yung amount ng information na i-display doon sa relo. At sa specific na case na to, ang dami pong pinapakitang information. And when we talk about the price of a watch, habang dumadami po yung complications, habang dumadami yung impormasyon na ipinapakita ng relo, kapag mechanical ito especially, umaakyat po ang price niyan. And especially coming from Patek Philippe, a house that is well known for class, that is part of the holy trinity of Swiss watchmakers, that would really drive the price up. So ang SRP ng relo na ito is almost 14.5 million pesos. Pero on the secondary market, I see it sell for up to 16 million pesos. And yan po ay a ridiculous amount of money. Especially sa panahon ngayon, sa context ng Pilipinas at ng mga Pilipino. That amount is mind-blowing. And kung idol nyo po si Marvin Rillo, syempre, hindi nyo po mabibili ang relo na ito basta-basta. Obviously, this is out of reach for the great majority of Filipinos out there. So, in terms of the alternative, I thought of a Citizen chronograph. Ilalagay ko po yung reference sa screen nyo. Kaya ko po napili ang relo na ito because of the gold tone case and bracelet, the black dial, and the chronograph functionality, and the multi-piece bracelet. So, pag tinignan nyo po ang relo na ito, I think when it comes to the looks, talagang malapit doon sa Patek Philippe. Pero you look at the size, isa yan sa mga concessions at 44mm versus 41mm doon sa Patek Philippe Grand Complications. And then we look at the movement, which is Echo Drive. Ang Echo Drive is well respected even within the watch enthusiast community. Pero obviously it cannot really match up to the movement on a Patek Philippe, which is generally considered to be a work of art, especially with this kind of complication. And then bukod po dyan, the case and the bracelet are finished in the 316L stainless steel, and the gold tone is only achieved with some form of coating, unlike the Patek Philippe, which uses solid gold. Ngayon, ang relo na ito, I see it sell for up to 400 British pounds. Yan ay nasa mga 31,000 pesos. So kung idol nyo si Marvin Rillo at gusto nyong gayahin yung kanyang forma sa video na ito, hindi po kayo magkakamali sa Citizen na aking ipinresenta. Dito sa pangalawang relo, ang kailangan nating tingnan yung rose gold case and bracelet, and then how the bracelet attaches to the case, which is integrated bracelet yan. And then you look at the two sub-dials at the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock positions. Tapos tingnan natin yung seemingly dark blue dial niya. At dahil sa mga katangian natin, tingin ko this is a Patek Philippe Nautilus 5990/1R. Ngayon, ang Nautilus, madalas ko namang naipapakita sa channel na ito. But this specific watch is special because of the complication. So, nakakapag-display po ang relo na ito ng multiple time zones, more than one. And then, chronograph din siya at the same time. And then, napakaganda ng blue dial ng relo na ito sa opinion ko lamang, no. Pero I think this watch is quite useful para sa mga tao na madalas mag-travel. And that's why the multiple time zones will be really useful to you. Siguro ang qualm ko lang pagdating sa relo na ito, or hindi ko maintindihan, ay Hindi naman kasi madalas magbakasyon si Marvin Rillo sa ibang bansa at hindi ko po ma-appreciate kung bakit niya magagamit ito. Siguro marami po siyang kadil na mga nasa ibang bansa kaya kailangan niya yung ganitong klaseng complication. So, ang SRP ng relo na ito is almost 7.7 million pesos, but on the secondary market, I see it sell for up to 18.2 million pesos. So, ridiculous po yung 16 million pesos kanina, pero for me, mas ridiculous ang amount na ito. And when you really think about it, kung idol nyo si Marvin Rillo, you have to think of alternatives again. Ang napili ko pong alternative sa kaso na ito ay ang Tissot, the PRX, specifically the rose gold tone case and the blue dial. So, ang relo na ito comes in at 40 millimeters, which is very close to the size of the Nautilus 5990/1R. Kaya ako napili ito because of the rose gold case and bracelet and the blue dial. Pero when it comes to the concession, the big one would be the material of the case and bracelet, which here is PVD coated yan ng rose gold, I think. Pero ang material talaga is 316L stainless steel, and that's really difficult to compare to the Patek Philippe. Other than that, the level of finishing will not be there, and the movement is not on the same class as the Patek Philippe. Pero I think this is a great looking watch, especially looking at the rose gold tone, the pattern on the dial, and I think this is a respectable watch. Mahal na mahal po ng maraming watch enthusiasts at casual watch lovers ang relo na ito. So I think this is a great choice nevertheless. Ang relo na ito, nakita ko na binebenta ito sa mga retail outlets ng Tissot for 57,300 pesos, and obviously that's a big amount of money still. Pero mas mahal naman yung relo na suot ni Marvin Rillo, kung tama ako ng guess based sa mga katangian. So I still think Tissot has its own heritage that you can respect. So the PRX in any of its variants is always a great way to go, especially kung nagsisimula pa lang kayo sa watches. Dito naman sa relo na ito, tingnan natin yung rose gold case, pati bracelet niya, rose gold. And then, tingnan din natin kung paano dumidikit yung bracelet doon sa case. So, mapapansin nyo kagad na parang kamukha niya yung relo na tinignan natin kanina. Pero tingnan natin yung dial niya. The dial looks like it's black from this angle. And then, pag tinignan natin yung 6 o'clock position, merong obvious na subdial. Pag tinignan nyo naman yung top half ng dial, parang wala siya masyadong laman. And then, tingnan din natin yung kapal ng relo. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingin ko this is sa Patek Philippe Nautilus 5980/1R. Ngayon, ang relo na ito, yung mga variants niya, na-feature ko na I think suot ni President Bongbong Marcos dun sa inauguration niya. And then, suot din on a specific occasion, tingin ko, ni Congressman Martin Romualdez, yung kanya namang pinsan. And this is quite a classy watch, especially with the rose gold tone case. And you know, hindi naman marami nang kailangan sabihin tungkol sa relo nito. Nasabi ko na before, this has a chronograph complication, and I really like how streamlined the presentation is pagdating sa dial. Ngayon, ang relo nito, nakikita ko sell on the secondary market for up to 328 million won. Yan po ay nasa mga 13.8 million pesos. And obviously, kahit mas mura yan dun sa dalawang relo na tiningnan natin kanina, again, unreasonable amount of money, especially in the context of the Philippines today. Ngayon, ang alternative na naisip ko ay ang D1 Milano, the ultra thin in 40 millimeters in the rose gold tone case. This brand was founded nung nakaraang dekada lang, specifically in 2013 by an Italian. So this brand was born in Italy, conceptualized in Italy. And pag tiningnan natin yung mga design nila, kahit sobrang derivative from the Nautilus or integrated bracelet designs in general, stylish pa rin siya. And so this specific watch, nasabing ultra thin kasi manipis ang relo na ito, it comes at a very good size at 40 millimeters. Yan ang, I think, default size ng mga integrated bracelet style. But that's the primary reason why I chose this watch. The color of the dial, the integrated bracelet, the rose gold tone. Pero when you think about the concessions, quartz ang movement nito, At bukod po dyan, syempre, the rose gold is not solid gold, rather achieved with some form of coating. And the finishing is obviously going to be not at the same level as the Patek Philippe. Pero kung style lang ang usapan, hindi kayo magkakamali sa relo na ito, which sells for 23,100 pesos on the D1 Milano website. Ang D1 Milano, I think, in the past couple of years, nagkaroon ng official points of sale yan dito sa Pilipinas. Pero tinitingnan ko recently, parang nawala na yung footprint nila. Let me know in the comment section kung mali ako ng observation or if you know what has happened to this brand's presence here in the Philippines. So, dahil manggagaling pa sa ibang lugar, plus shipping, taxes and duties pa yan, pero I think free na yung shipping para sa amount na ito. So, I think this watch is really stylish, and one thing we know about Italians, napakagaling nila when it comes to fashion. So, this brand being born from an Italian, it does speak style, it does exude style, kaya lang be wary of what you're buying.
Hey, well, get the F out of here. Hey, well, get the F out of here. Hey, well, get the F out of here.
Ayun! Nakita na tayo ng maraming Patek Philippe watches at suma total, kapag binenta po yan sa secondary market, maaari po umani yan ng humigit kumulang 180 million pesos. At sa dinami-dami po ng relo na itinampok sa video na ito, ang pinaka-paborito ko dyan, yung Patek Philippe Calatrava. I really like the Calatrava because of the timeless look at unique ito kumpara sa mga relo katulad ng Nautilus at Aquanaut na paulit-ulit na nating nakikita. Pero opinion ko lang po yan. Kung iba pong inyong opinion, kung tingin nyo meron iba pang relo na mas bagay bilang alternative, let me know in the comment section down below. Kung nagustuhan nyo po ang video na ito, please do hit the like button. At kung trip nyo yung ganitong klaseng content, pagsuri sa relo ng mga kilalang personalidad, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Bukod po dyan, napansin ko na obsessed ang mga maraming personalidad sa tatak na Patek Philippe. Kaya if you want a background on the brand, if you want to know more about the brand and its history, as well as yung mga iba-iba nilang offering in their catalog today, let me know in the comment section. Yun lang po, maraming salamat sa oras ng panonood. Laters, yo!